Today I am going to work on week 2 of the hashtag ATC a day 2017 challenge. This is a challenge to create an ATC for every day in the month of June, so that when you're finished you'll have 30 of them. I think I'm going to do 36. I've already done week 2, but before I show them, I'm going to work on the first one for week 3. I'm going to slide these up here out of the way. As I explained in the video I did for week 1, I am altering a book, a Childcraft encyclopedia. This is an older one, it's a vintage one, and it has all black and white photos in it, except for this one has, the last half of the book is all index. So, but I really have fallen in love with these black and white photos. I have been using them and fussy cutting them so that they fit my ATCs. Look at this one of this little guy reading the comics. Isn't that fun? In the video for week 1, I showed you how I made all 7 days, Sunday through Saturday. But I'm not going to do that for week 2. I just think that repetition over and over and over again, I think you get it. I'm just going to make one, and I'm going to talk while I make it. I'm going to zoom in on it so that you can see it a little better. There. Now what I have here is I have already created the base of my ATCs, and I took text from that Childcraft encyclopedia and tore it into small pieces and collaged it down on an ATC, and then I just put a gray wash over each one. I'm calling these shades of gray. You can see I've got some color coming in on this one. So I am just going to go ahead. Here's the photo that I chose for day 15. This will be the first day of week 3. It's a little boy, and he's using a saw, a hand saw. And he fits right on here. I really do like that. And then I'm using Tim Holtz's little flashcard journaling cards. And I put a little gray wash over that. So I'm just going to get started here. I really do enjoy 30-day challenges. But I found that if you do something like that, keep it simple. Don't try to do a complicated piece of art every day for 30 days. You'll get tired. So I felt like these photos, because this book would have been thrown away eventually anyway, and I feel like I'm altering these photos and saving them. Let's glue this guy down. It's on here really nice. Now the journaling cards are really too large for the ATCs. So I've been trimming them off because I really like the journal spot. I wish I had more of these to say what I wanted them to say. But this just says what? What are you making? It's not hard to make these at all, especially when you get everything ready ahead of time. Like I have all the bases made. I have all the little pictures fussy cut to the size of an ATC. And when I do 7 of them in a row, it's not hard. I just do them assembly line style. So I glued that down. Now I want to put a little gray wash on here. Now it will look like I'm completely smearing it out, which, yes, I kind of completely smear it out, but it washes off really nice. It comes off of here really nice if you use the paper towel and just kind of smudge it off. I just want it to have a little gray tone in there because this is shades of gray. And then I take I like these Marks a Lot markers. They're permanent ink. They're a felt based. I get mine at the department store, but I imagine you can find them in office supply stores really easy. I'm just edging this really fast. And then I'm just going to glue this down. It says what? Shall I put it up here? Sometimes deciding where to put this is... Now if I put it there, I'm blocking out this block of wood. If I put it here, maybe I could put it like he's kind of sawing it. Maybe I'll just kind of rip it there. Shall we do that? Let's rip it in half. What? Like that. Like he's sawing that in half. I like that. So let's just glue that down. I'm using just Elmer's glue. Nothing expensive, nothing fancy. In fact, I want this to go fairly fast. I'm only going to do one here, and I'm doing this in real time. When I do all 7 of them, I go into fast forward so that you aren't watching a 3-hour video of me doing the same thing over and over and over again. I like that. What? In fact, this could probably be a little bit more like that. Yeah, we're going to leave it. Now, I've been using these PEBEO markers. The jury for me is still out on whether I like these or not. They're a paint marker, but I am not completely convinced that I can't do the same thing with a Sharpie. But here again, these may have a lot of intended uses that I am not even touching on, so the jury's out for me on them. I don't like to have to pump these things so many times to get the color out, and I do feel like I have to do this little pumping motion an awful lot to get the flow of the paint to come out like I like it, and I'm not sure I really like to do that a lot. But when it comes out, it's a nice color. I do like the color. But for the price, I think I paid $20 for 5 of them, so they're about $4 a piece, which is not unreasonable these days for a paint marker. But I have to say, I think maybe the Sharpies could do the same job. But then, even then, for a set of 2 Sharpies, you're going to be paying about $3. They're about $1.50 a piece, depending on how you buy them. Then I just turn this over, and I'm using craft paint, gray, shades of gray. I just put a light gray on there and a little blurb of a dark gray. And then I like to mix a little color with it. I'm going to use yellow in this case. You don't need much for just one card. And I'm just going to do a shades of gray on here. I really do like how this paint covers. You have to get a nice coat on there for coverage though, but it does an okay job. And I like how fast it dries. So I got it on my finger here. So this turned out to be sort of a darkish mid-tone gray with a yellow hue to it. I'm going to use my heat gun. So heat gun alert. There we go. Now, I really do like how these dry. The paint's dry on them. I got a little smidgen here from the back side. Let's see. I could put a little gray on there. I think I will. Just a little hint of gray. Off on it. Just a touch. There. Yeah. Okay. That'll dry pretty fast. So, now I'm going to use my fine line paint applicator, which has nothing in it but black craft paint. And I found that the last large bottle of black craft paint that I purchased was really juicy, a lot juicier than what I'm used to. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It comes out of the fine line paint applicator very nice, but you kind of have to watch how you write with it. So I'm going to write shades of gray here. And I'm doing this very loose. I'm not working for perfection here. This is just very loose writing. And this will be number 15. And hashtag ATCAD2017. And then I like to go over the top and on the sides, just kind of give it a little border. On the back, does not have to be perfect. This is very scratchy, very fast, very loose. It says, I don't care if I make a mistake, live with it. So I'm going to give this a quick dry. Now, there are still some little wet spots in there. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry a little bit more. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to work on these. This one I smeared while I was working on it. So I want to come in with some gray here and fix it. I'm going to use a darker gray. Put a darker gray up on the top of my desk up here. Whoops, that wasn't the darker gray. This is the darker gray. Do not need a whole lot of paint. I'm just, when I say fix it, all I'm going to do is just paint it out a little here. Let's paint the whole area out here. And let's get my towel and let's just blot it up and down a little. And it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 tones here. I'm going to come in with my fine line paint applicator and write hashtag ATC day 2017. And then I'm going to dry this a little bit more. It will dry completely on its own. While those two are drying, my 10 and 15, I'll go ahead and show you. These are the ones that I did for week 1. You saw those in the other video. I'm really happy with these. I'm very happy with them. And I think when I have the entire set finished, they will make a really nice set of them. Now, do you want to see the ones I did for week 2, starting with day 14? Day 14 says smile. It's a little boy working on a puzzle. How fun is this? I tried to choose words that would relate to what he's doing. Very happy with it. Day 13 says play. And here's a little girl playing with her dolly. Fun, so fun. I just love these black and white photos. Shades of gray. Funny, here's 2 little girls. I just giggle when I see this one because they're rubbing noses. They're just having fun. They're rubbing noses. I guess they're doing Eskimo kisses. How funny is that? Now I'm skipping day 10 here, but I think I can flip it. Day 10 is the one where I repaired it on the back. And it says good. And I get a kick out of this picture too, because in the original photo, she was reaching for an electrical cord plug-in on the wall. And here was her mother or babysitter or somebody was saying, now don't do that. And I was going to write the word be up here. But no, I just like the word good. And she's looking like, well, what will happen? Oh, no. She looks a little worried there. I just love her expression. I got a little blue on there right here, but that's okay. That's all right. This is an artsy ATC. If I rub it too much, I'll destroy it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I kind of like the color on it. It's shades of gray. So this is day 10. I'm going to flip it back over this way so it will dry completely. Day 11 says silly. Did you ever play pin the tail on the donkey? That's what these little ones are doing. Here's the teacher or the babysitter, and she's getting ready to put a handkerchief over this little gal's face. And here's all of her friends, and over here's the donkey that doesn't have a tail yet. Very silly. Number 9 was make. And here's a little boy. He's hammering. I'm not sure what he's making, but he's making something important. And can you see I used some color up around in there? And yes, I do have a little gray that kind of rubs off on it. I can go back in with my red and repair that, but I don't mind those little gray spots there. I don't mind that. I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to these things. I'm just having fun with my ATCs. And day 8 is hugs and kisses, and here's a little boy telling a little girl a secret. I just have so much fun with these vintage photos. I really like how they fit these ATCs. There they are, week 2. Hashtag ATC a day 2017. This is for the month of June. How fun is this? I really enjoy making these. I will see you on the next page.